Gary Smith of Hunt Valley, Maryland, tells a heart-wrenching story of how one man's penis can change lives.
My worst crash, well, my worst injury.
Okay.
Alright, so I was there in that quarter and I slipped pedals and I nutted myself. And then.
What do you mean by nutting yourself?
Nutting myself, okay.
What do you mean?
Well, I came down.
Is that hitting your testicles?
Slipped the pedals and my nuts went on the tire and it like fucking tore them and bruised them and it hurt really bad. And like, I was on the ground for like 30 minutes just lying in the middle of a ramp. And then I go to take a piss, and it burns really bad. I thought I was going to piss blood. It hurts so bad. Okay. And then, you know, I thought everything was going to be good. Just a normal ball tap. Hurt. Goes in your stomach. Feels like you're going to die. Then 20 minutes later, you feel good.
Naturally.
Naturally. But that whole day, I felt like shit.
Oh, because of the nutting incident.
Yes, the nutting incident.
Okay.
Alright. Well, and then like 2 months later, I was taking a piss.
Were you taking a piss?
No.
What were you really doing?
I was taking a piss. I was jerking it.
What do you mean by jerking it? Do you mean masturbating?
Masturbation.
Okay.
And I felt this odd lump in my penis. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this could be cancer. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, Dad, I need to go to the doctor ASAP. So they're checking it and everything, and they're like, I think you need an ultrasound. I'm like, what the fuck? You can do an ultrasound on a penis? Damn. I was like, that shit is fucked up. Alright, so they're like, yeah, you need an ultrasound. So we go back. We're waiting in the waiting room with like 12 other people. And then, because they said they'd call the ultrasound place for us, so they set up an appointment, and they're like, Gary Smith, penile bruising, appointment for ultrasound, penile bruising, ultrasound, Gary Smith, and they said it like 12 times out loud, and everybody just sat there staring at me, and I was like, what the fuck? Everybody knows it's me, because I was like the only guy in there, and I just came out, and I was like, that's fucking gay. That's like me saying one of those bitches had gonorrhea or it's like fucking. And then they said. Then I went to the ultrasound place like maybe 3 weeks later, and then I got naked. And before it, I was just. It was a girl who was doing the ultrasound. I was like, Gary.
Was the girl sexy?
Kind of.
Sexy enough where you could get
a boner? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So. I got naked in one of those robes, and then she told me to take off the robe. And then she's like, I have this hot cream and this cold, it was both gels. Hot gel and a cold gel. And so she put the cold gel on my penis first for the ultrasound. And I was like, oh, because the shit was cold. It made my penis want to feel like it was going to die, shrivel up and die. And so, well, 30 minutes while she's doing it. It took her an hour and a half to do it all, the ultrasound. I was talking to myself. I was like, Gary, do not pop a boner. Because if you do that, you are fucked. Because then they'll be like, damn, that is weird. And also...
Well, were you like really hairy down there? Like, did they...
No,
did the cream get all in the stuff? Or...
No. It got on my balls and my penis. And when they were doing the ultrasound, okay, on my penis, she stuck it up to my balls, and it was like, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. You could hear all the blood flowing.
But how did... Sorry to interrupt, but how did the gel not get in your pubes?
It did get in my pubes.
Did it really?
Yes. No. No.
How? How did it not get in them?
Well, let's see, I cut them. I trimmed my shit up, because you know that caveman shit does not work with the ladies. Alright, so, well, we're doing the whole ultrasound thing, then she puts the warm gel on. And then she's like, and then I was like, ooh, because you know how warm.
What were you like?
Ooh. It felt really good. It felt so good. It made me want to pop a hard one. But I was like, Gary, don't do it. Don't do it, Mr. Bojangles. Don't pop it. And then I didn't. Okay, so we're done. We're done with the ultrasound and everything. And I cleaned up all the gel off of my shit and my...
They didn't clean up for you?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
She's like, you can clean it up.
Oh.
I was like, damn, bitch. And I went and cleaned it up. And then we left. And then, like, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks later, I went to Johns Hopkins Hospital to check it out. And you have to go to this special part of the building where they have penis and vagina problems.
What kind of problems?
Penis and vagina. Vagina? Alright, well.
Oh. Sorry.
And so, well,
Just
I
a
went in there,
clarification.
they're like, go in the doctors, go in this one room. And so I got naked, because they usually always tell me to get naked. And so the doctor walked in and he was like, oh. He's like, oh. And I was like, you always tell me to get naked. And then, well, he was like, alright. And then he was like, and then I sat down on the table and he was like, oh, because I just shaved my pubes recently. I trimmed them up. I'll get that landing strip. And then...
Did you have the little red bumps?
No. And then, well, he started feeling on my balls and he's like...
He?
It was a he. It was so horrible. And then he was like, my assistant has to feel on him too. Because he was in training. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, damn.
So 2 he's?
2 he's. It was horrible. It's the worst day of my life. And then after that, they sat down. I got dressed. Because, you know, they usually always see me naked. And they're like, it could be cancer or it could be penile tissue bruising. And I was like, fuck, it could be cancer? I was like, what the fuck is it? Cancer or bruising? Because I don't know. I want to... If it's cancer, I don't want that shit to spread because then you chop your dong off and your balls.
Oh, yeah,
And I don't want to be rocking the one nut, you know?
No good.
That was no good. I couldn't make babies. And then, well, that's my penile tissue bruising. They told me to come back 3 weeks later, but I was on vacation, so I couldn't do it. And now I'm going to Camp Woodward, and I had to reschedule that, so I'm going back September 5th. To be continued.
So we'll see how this turns out at a later date.
See how it turns out.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Nice having you, Gary Smith.
Yes.
Gary Smith of Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Yes.
Hunt Valley, Maryland.